This is Wendy Horn with DavieLiFE, and I have the privilege of interviewing Steve Teglas. And for those of you who may not know Steve, Steve is AKA Steve the Food Guy, and also the founder or co-founder of the Next 56 Days. Steve, I want to give a little background on what the connection is here with DavieLiFE before we go into you actually talking about the program. I met Steve, actually I met Carrie, who is the other founder of 56 Days, because of a news broadcast that was on about 4 years ago. I personally was looking for at the time, a weight loss program, and saw your program was on, I think it was Fox 8 News, watched it, and everything that was discussed, I was like, man, that's what I need to do. But the problem was the program was pretty much the closest I could get. I could have come to a class was in Thomasville. And so I knew for me, I was like, I'll never be able to get to Thomasville every week. So I just took a chance and reached out to Carrie. I believe it was through Facebook. And it's funny because kind of the rest is history, because after that, I asked Carrie, I was like, listen, I said, I'm here in Davie County. We would love to get your program to come out here. But obviously there was only basically, I mean, there was such a small crew of you guys at the time. And I remember Carrie saying, she was like, well, if you could get some people together, maybe we could come out in that area. So we decided a good sort of central point at the time was Clemens. So through you all being involved with DavieLiFE, we kind of used that as an outlet to attract and see what kind of interest there would be. And we were hoping for what, maybe 20 people, 30 people to show.
That would be great.
And we got there and there were like over 100. So we quickly realized that I was not only the only one looking for this kind of program. And, you know, it's just ever since then you all have been very involved in the Davie County community as far as, you know, working with us to be able to incorporate classes, offer classes throughout the community. It's really been a good thing. We've got a number, and I myself help coach with the program, but we also have a number of other folks who, because they have participated in the program in this area, they are coaches as well. So I know, yes, do what?
We love our coaches.
That's right. That's right. And we appreciate you all continuing to support our area as far as being able to bring the programming here. I know yesterday when you and I were talking sort of prep for this, we were like, gosh, don't you think there's probably been like 500, 1,000 people in this area who've probably gone through the program? So,
Definitely.
And we have some who, you know, just like with anything, some people fall off, but we have a lot of folks who are like die hard. This is their lifestyle. So, and that's, I think, the point of the program. You have to, it's with any type of program that you decide to get involved with. If you only do it for 8 weeks and then go back to your old ways, then first of all, you've not succeeded at all. And no, it's not going to work, because once you know something, you can't unknow it. So, so anyhow, so I'm going to quit talking, but I did want to kind of let folks know what the connection was between DavieLiFE and 56 Days, because you all have been very involved in our community as well. So now that I've kind of given that background, I want to give you a chance to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you from a personal perspective, as far as, like, you know, who you are, where you live, you know, just the basics, so folks feel like they know who you are.
All right. Well, sounds good. Well, first of all, let me just say thank you. This is so cool. It blows my mind that it's been 4 years.
I know.
And I remember getting the call from you, and Carrie's like, "There's this lady. She seems like she knows what she's talking about. She's very excited." And I'm like, "All right." She's like, "Call her." And I'm like, "I'm gonna call this lady." And like you said, the rest is history.
Yeah.
And absolutely fallen in love with Davie County, which a little bit on my background, I had already had an admiration for Davie County because I used to manage Ruby Tuesday in Clemens.
Okay.
And I waited tables there for many years. So a lot of my regulars I knew from Davie County.
Right.
Even my best ex-girlfriends live in Davie County. So,
Mm-hmm.
I know Davie County fairly well. And so, but yeah, my background is restaurants. I had worked for Ruby Tuesday from age 15 till age 30. And as I any position in that restaurant you can imagine, I've held over those years. And I had given up being a restaurant manager and went back to waiting tables, trying to figure out what it was I was going to do. Because I was 28 years old, probably not exactly where I was dreaming, especially with my family, with my college degree. And, but we were just in a weird time at that place where college degrees could only take you so far.
Right.
And I think what took precedent for me was finding out my health. I had just been to the doctor, and it was high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and he told me I was pre-diabetic at 28 years old. And that's not what I wanted to hear. It's not what I expected to hear.
Right.
And I knew around 200 pounds. And for my height, that's not where I needed to be. But, I didn't really realize that it was such a pressing situation for me to lose weight so rapidly. But the doctor says you need to do this. What he didn't tell me was there's 1,001 ways to lose weight, right? And so I just was curious, and I started looking into why someone should eat something, why someone should eat something, or shouldn't eat something.
Right.
Why are people going vegan? Why are people going gluten-free? What is this all about? And is that something that I need to do? I never really set out for this to be a program. I really thought I was just going to go back to college and get healthy at the same time. And wait, did God have another plan? Because some amazing people have fallen in our path, which is incredible. But we've been a program now for over 5 years. And I've been living this lifestyle for over 7 years. And because I'm 35, I'll be 36 next month. And what's wild about that is we've now reached over 60,000 people.
Wow.
In the next 6 days. And Davie County has been a huge support of the next 56 days. And I believe what people get excited about is not just the weight. We all need to lose weight. Everybody's got 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 100 pounds. But that doesn't really justify whether you're healthy or not. There's a lot of unhealthy, skinny people as well.
Right.
And I really believe people stay so committed and devout to the next 56 days because the process is helping you with weight loss. It's helping you with inflammation. It's getting people off of medication.
Right.
And not that I'm taking people off meds, but when they go back to their doctor's like, you don't need this medication anymore because look at what you've done.
Right.
And it's really incredible to see people feel empowered and finally have the answer to what they're looking for. And I feel blessed, as I'm sure Carrie does, who is my here I got a picture of her. Here she is. Other cartoon. Right? Yeah. While I'm in social isolation, I have to keep Carrie's cartoon around anywhere. She's my best friend, and we met in an exercise class before we were a program, but I'd already been teaching classes, and we joined forces. And the rest is history. So, and now we probably have about 400 coaches who help us all throughout the United States. And we're just having a fun, good time doing it. So.
Yeah, well, it is. Talk about a small business or an entrepreneur who kind of like fell into something accidentally because they were looking to improve their own life. So this was obviously what God intended you to do. So.
I'm going to do what I can with it, and anybody that listens to me, I will definitely share it with. So
that's great. Okay. Well, you've talked a little bit about it, but just kind of in a nutshell, and I'm sure you've had this happen to you before, but like if somebody comes up and asks you, say, okay, what is the next 56 days all about? We always hear you need to have an elevator speech so you can tell somebody something real quickly. So for somebody who asks you that, what do you tell them?
Okay. Well, I definitely would say we're an 8-week program which focuses on mindfulness and identifying deficiencies throughout the body. I think people don't realize that their body is capable but let me ask you this. Would you agree we've done some damage to our bodies? That's usually what I ask a lot of people. And people go, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I said, so we need to do our part so our body can properly heal, repair, and restore. And I do think and believe God created our bodies to heal, repair, and restore, but I also believe we have to do our part. So I guess I would just make sure people know we're an 8-week approach, kind of gets you on the path, and you're going to achieve a lot in the first 8 weeks. But what our hope is that we're taking you into an actual lifestyle change. Exactly. And I think people really do enjoy it. I don't think we'd still be here now if it wasn't doable. Yeah. If it wasn't simple, if it makes sense, and if it wasn't real food that people enjoy, families enjoy, kids enjoy. And I really think that's what we are in a nutshell. So
yeah, and I think that's something that was one thing that drew me to the program, because there's all this language about going all these different gluten-free, vegan, all the stuff. You got to change your lifestyle, but if somebody saw my secret Pinterest boards, it would make them cross-eyed, because I pinned all this stuff before I got involved with this, but I still didn't really feel like I had a blueprint on how to do it. And so I think that's probably been the best thing from my perspective. Somebody taught me how to, if I really wanted to make a lifestyle change, how I could do that. And they taught me how to do it over an 8-week period of time, which after 8 weeks, by that time you're in habits. But another thing, the thing about the program is you go into it thinking, oh gosh, I'm going on a diet, but you're not. You're just learning how to read labels. You're learning how to make substitutions that maybe you didn't realize that, first of all, aren't going to deprive you. So that's, I think that's a big takeaway for me. Another thing that I think a lot of folks come to the class, and I can say this just because, people I've coached personally, they come in wanting to lose weight, but really the weight loss is the added benefit of all the other stuff that they start experiencing almost immediately. As far as, one of the first things that I've had folks that I've worked with, they immediately start saying, gosh, I'm not as inflamed, whether that's in their belly or whatever. But, and then too, so many people who come in with the blood sugar issues, how that will almost correct itself. So there's so many benefits. The weight loss kind of comes after those things are put in place.
Well, I think a lot of people, I think we all realize when we've reached that point, that turning point, and I think we all walk around at our level of not feeling so well. Right. Whether it's energy, whether it's aches and pains, whether it's emotional. I think it's a combination of all those things. And when you start to lift that brain fog, and when you start to have more energy and you feel like getting more done, you're like, whoa, this is so much more than weight. Yeah. And really, people don't realize the impact that being a diabetic does on your body, your nervous system, your endocrine system, your immune system. Right. Think about what we're dealing with right now globally. It's all about your immune system. But the number one contributing factor is your sugar and how much sugar we're eating on a daily basis. Yeah. I think the average American's like 200 grams of sugar by noon. So here we are, at 1 o'clock, and the average American's already consumed over 200 grams of sugar. And now that people are home, you see all this stuff on social media where people are eating more than ever because they're now home. I mean, it's unbelievable what we don't know, but you don't know what you don't know. Right. Like you said earlier, until you know it. But once you know it, it's kind of hard not to know it. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
that is exactly right. So, well, moving on to the next question. We've already mentioned slightly, what we're dealing with as far as the COVID-19. So the next 56 days has obviously had to make some major changes. So tell us how you all are operating differently, but still being in a position to serve people.
Okay. Well, I think everybody a little over a month ago was a little in shock, and we didn't quite know what was happening, what was going on. I think this is new to everybody. Oh, yeah. Our government officials, our hospitals, our first responders. I mean, our grocery stores. Right. I mean, it is a new norm right now going on for sure. And I do think we're on the upswing, which is exciting. Yeah. But as a program, technology has allowed us to continue on with our program, because what we found is now more so than ever, people are like, I need to continue setting and meeting my goals, or now's the time. For a lot of people, this was their aha, their turning point, that moment where they're like, I got to make some changes. Yeah. Because people are dealing with some big issues right now. And so what we've done is actually moved everything home. So I'm here. I have my dog Mo, who I always joke records me when we do these videos and stuff like that. But me and Mo, we're sitting here thinking, what else can we do? And I'm like, well, I'm in my kitchen, you know. It's kind of weird, it's kind of quirky, but I teach people how to live as far as food, wellness, daily habits, what have you. I'm like, wow, I'll just show them how I live. Yeah. And so me and Carrie started talking, and Carrie goes, yeah, I'll do that too with her family. She has 3 kids. She's married. She has a dog too. So we're complete opposites. However, it's really cool to see these 2 different perspectives. Well, all of our 56-day participants are loving this, because I can show them what I ate for breakfast this morning and show them how to make it. And so our coaches got excited. They're like, we want to do videos too. So you're just able to see inside of our homes for the first time and not only that, we're showing you techniques, right, and showing you cooking and how we live this way. And I mean, it's cool, and I've really enjoyed it. I think the silver lining for me personally is getting to know people in classes that I probably would not have ever gotten to know. Because our traditional system is a live class where a coach like yourself would instruct, teach. I might come out and visit, but I'm not there all 8 weeks. Yeah. Well, I'm in these classes every single week with Carrie. And I mean, I've built some of the best relationships over the last 5 weeks with people, and I love them so much. I mean, I feel like I have all these new friends that I didn't have before. So it's not just me and Mo, it's me and hundreds of other people. Which is really cool.
And people have time now. I mean, you know, they're, you know, maybe something that would have been a concern, you know, oh gosh, how am I going to be able to do that with my kids, or, you know, playing sports 4 days a week, or, you know, not going to have time to do a lot of prep work, or, you know, now's the time. Now is a great time. So, so I think it's great that you all are doing it online now, and people can, you know, because when I took the class, I was fortunate enough to pretty much have you there every week because the program was so much smaller. But now that's not the case. So, okay. Well, tell us a little bit about what you've got coming up. I know you all you're kind of in the midst of an online in your kitchen class, but you are getting ready, I think, to start a new round. And so talk about that, and then also about, for folks who might want to get a little bit of a sneak peek of what it looks like with the upcoming cooking class that you're going to be offering.
Yeah. So we created 3 online classrooms. They're very simple to navigate, have some really cool tabs. So all of our weekly lessons, we go live with them. So exactly what I would teach or a coach would teach in a live class, we meet once a week at a normal class time. Right. And we go live, we teach the lesson, we incorporate cooking once a week too, but also our coaches are doing that all in this online classroom, which is wonderful. So we still have accountability work into it. It's great. We thought, let's throw it out there. And I think what really sparked the idea of the online classroom is what we did maybe 10 days prior was a cooking class. Everybody's trapped in their house, not knowing what in the world's going on. And I'm like, what can I do? I don't know what I can do. And I love to cook. That's how I show love, is through food. I think a lot of people show love through food. I think a lot of people deal with stress with food also. But I'm like, okay, so here's what we can do. And so I threw it out there. I sent a message out to the coaches. Y'all were like, heck yeah, let's do this. And we had thousands of people cook with us. And I was like, oh my, in real time. And so we've been getting messages asking us, when are we going to do that again? So we're going to do it again this Sunday. Okay. It's totally free. Everyone can participate on the Steve the Food Guy page. There's a link, and maybe you can share the link also.
I will. I'll make sure it's in the description of this.
Perfect. But there's a link where you're going to want to go ahead and pre-register for this Sunday. So you can get the recipes and the shopping list.
Okay.
And so you just click on that, put your email in, and you'll receive everything you need so you can grocery shop before this Sunday's cooking class.
Okay.
It'll be this Sunday, April 26th at 2 p.m.
Okay.
right here in my kitchen. And I know a lot of people want to learn about air frying. It sounds great, but a lot of people end up with an air fryer, but go, I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
We're used to an oven, we're used to a stove, but this air fryer thing, I want it to be good. I want it to work. So what can I do with it?
Right.
And one of my family's favorites, especially with kids, I'm sharing this weekend, which is our chicken nuggets. And I mean, they were really, really good chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
People always ask me to do this when I visit classes, and we just have a lot of fun with it. So that'll be this Sunday.
Okay.
And then May 1st, May 2nd, and May 5th, we're going to launch 3 brand new online classrooms.
Okay.
And so, so that's a Friday at noon. That's May 1st.
Okay.
Saturday at 9 a.m. That is May 2nd. And then Tuesday at 6:15 p.m., which is May 5th, we're going to do 3 introduction sessions like we do in a traditional live class.
Right.
We love for people to get to know the program before they decide to do it. And I think at this point, depending on where you're located, you have a friend of a friend who's done it, which is exciting. But we have people in Spain. We have people in Germany now. We have people in Canada because of this. And it's really been exciting. But we also have people on the other side of the country that we've never been able to reach with a live class. Yeah. Who said, this is my opportunity, and they're doing really well with it. So we thought, let's launch 3 more classrooms. And so this May 1st, 2nd, and 5th will be free introductions. You'll tune into the Steve the Food Guy page at those times, and I'll go live from my kitchen, and I'll go through the next 56 days. And from there, if you decide you want to do it, you just click enroll. You'll enroll, and your coach will be reaching out to you real soon. Okay. And let's just talk about our coaches for a second. We have the best coaches. And I'm not just saying it because I'm on this with you, but like our coaches were participants first. Right. They set goals, they met goals. I don't really think anybody starts this thinking that one day I'm going to become a coach. I don't think that's what I did. I start this thinking I would ever coach anybody. But when you start to feel better, and you're losing weight, and you just love the way you're feeling, you want to share it with everybody. Right. And so I love our coaches. So if you are brand new to this, you're going to be assigned a coach. If you know a coach that you want to coach you, list them, you know, which would be really cool. And I think it'd be kind of cool if we worked out a promo code maybe for DavieLiFE. Yeah, that'd be great. So everybody watching this can save some money if you want to do that. So, okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So if that's something we can do they just whenever they are asked to list a referral or maybe the promo code, they just need to put in DavieLiFE? That'll work. Works for us. I will that. So, and I'll shoot that to my website people so they'll know. Okay. Yeah. Well, that'd be great. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So now, as far as the classes, just so folks are clear, the cooking class is this Sunday, and it's just a one-time get-together, see what it's all about. But sign up for that so you can get your recipes. Right. Get your recipes in advance so you can have the stuff you need. And then the following, or for the classes that start in May, there'll be the 3 intro sessions offered. And then if you they are, you attend, but that is no obligation to sign up. And then after you listen to that, if you decide you want to participate, you sign up. And then after that, you would tune in once a week for your class. So we are offering 3 class times. You can do Fridays at noon, Saturdays at 9 a.m., or Tuesdays at 6:15. So you choose your classroom. We meet every week at the same time. Class is usually about an hour. Right. And if I'm teaching, I'm just going to go in morning now, go a little bit over. But I get so excited. I get to show you all this stuff. And, I mean, I have avocado green appliances and all these gadgets that I love to show people. And so, you can always pause me if you have to come back. But I go live, which is always fun. So, yeah. Okay. Well, that's exciting. Well, thank you for the promo code. Okay. Before we hop off, most of the other folks, I've been asking them to give us something a little bit lighthearted or a fun question, but we decided that you're going to do a little demo for us. So you're going to show us a really quick and easy salad dressing that would be with approved items. So I'm going to turn it over to you to let you show them what that looks like. Okay, well, I've got to put in the sauce.
Okay.
I actually have one of our casseroles from one of our approved businesses in Davie County, a full measure.
Yes.
It's the spinach quiche in the oven. And I love to make my own food, but I'm going to tell you, it's really nice to have a few of her dishes in my freezer. So when I need something quick and easy, it's wonderful. I love that. So what I'm going to do is pull the camera over here.
Okay.
And I'm going to take it to this other part of my kitchen so I can show you this.
Okay.
All right. I think y'all can see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay. So one of the simplest, easiest things is salad dressings. And what's wild for us is, for the longest time, and I think, Wendy, you would agree with this, is we didn't really have a salad dressing that we could just tell people to run out to the grocery store and buy.
Right.
Because salad dressings are full of canola oil, soybean oil, artificial sweeteners. And what a lot of people don't realize, too, is every tablespoon of traditional salad dressings and ketchups and condiments are full of sugar.
Yeah.
Like this is ketchup right here that came out in a little to-go box or whatever. But what's crazy is that's 2 donuts worth of sugar. And so people think, well, I'm going to eat a salad so I can be healthier.
Yeah.
But what they don't realize is they're consuming donuts worth of sugar from their salad dressings, right? And so we kind of came up with some simple salad dressings just with things in your refrigerator. And I thought I would show you the easiest one that anybody would be able to do. And they probably have a lot of this in their refrigerator. So we're going to start with your favorite salsa. Okay. I like to shop at Lidl. It's a very budget-friendly grocery store. But you might have an Aldi or whatever your favorite grocery store is. But this was 99 cents. And if you like hot and spicy, go hot and spicy with your salsa.
Okay.
But me, I like mild. I'm a really good Hispanic. I eat mild Spanish food, but anyway, we won't go there. My grandma's mad at me for that. And then there's Greek Chobani plain yogurt. Now, this is not vanilla. This is plain. The reason I like Chobani is because they're consistent with their quality and their ingredients. There's no added sugar in here, and it works a lot like sour cream. So if you ever have a recipe that calls for sour cream, Greek Chobani plain yogurt works well. So if you wanted to make tuna salad, chicken salad, or what have you, you could actually substitute the mayonnaise and use Chobani.
Okay.
Or if you're wanting to eat Mexican food and instead of using sour cream, you could use this.
Right.
But one of the best salad dressings that our 56 peeps love is taking equal parts salsa and the Greek yogurt. And you're basically just going to mix it together. And it kind of has a Thousand Island color texture to it. And I know a lot of people like creamy salad dressing. So with the next 56 days, we show you a lot of different salad dressings.
Right.
But, and what you're going to want to do is taste it. Some of you are going to say it needs more yogurt. Some of you may say it needs more salsa. But personally, I find equal parts to be just about perfect.
Okay.
Listen, I saw the way you people make salads at Ruby Tuesdays all those years. I know salad dressing on, okay? So, but I love that this is per tablespoon is about 12 calories.
Okay.
Where in the world are you going to find a creamy salad dressing with lots of flavor and 2 ingredients for 12 calories? Yeah. And there's no added sugar to this, but you don't need it, which is really, really important. Right. And, I don't really eat this as so I have other salad dressings that I'm going to do this Sunday on the cooking class. This is good, but I actually like to use this at my Super Bowl party because I'll have like raw vegetables and chicken wings and stuff there that I air fry. And this is a fantastic dip for that kind of stuff too. Right. Or I like to dip apple chips. I love apple chips. They're crunchy, they're crispy, and they're easy to find, but they work really good in here because now you have that salty, you have that sweet, you have that savory. And to me, it's just a really good snack that's can help keep me on point and on target and to make a good choice. So, yeah. Okay. So basically 2 ingredients, equal parts. Yeah. Couldn't get any simpler than that.
Yeah, and another thing too to point out, not only is it low in calorie, it's got a lot of protein in it.
Protein and probiotics. Yeah. So, which is even cooler. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, okay, well, this was fun. And so I appreciate you spending time with us and sharing so much information. And I will put links to everything in the description, and hopefully some folks will check out the cooking class and the free introductions that you're going to be offering starting in May.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Wendy. Thank you, Davie County.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.